Hello, YouTubers. It's your boy, Lieutenant Buzz Litebeer. I'm back with another Battlefield gameplay, and I decided to try something a little bit different today and enlisted the help of one of my longtime friends, TKE squad mates, and all-around just badass vehicle pilot and driver. Hugin is actually at the stick right now. You can see him on my squad list right there. We're actually in party chat, so you're not going to be able to hear anything that we're saying. I traditionally stay out of gas-operated vehicles on Battlefield. It usually just ends in disaster, and not for the enemy. I tend to just blow myself up or plant the chopper or something like that. So I've got Mr. Pilot Extraordinaire Hugin behind the stick of our attack choppy as we go on an absolute tear here on Golmud Railway. He's putting me in perfect position and allowing me to do what I do best, and that's put the enemy between my crosshairs and eliminate them. So big props to Hugin. Thank you so much for this awesome piloting session and allowing me to post this incredible gameplay. So big props to you, bro. Wanted to start off with a big announcement, obviously, for my channel, and I stated a little bit on it a couple videos ago. I'm going to be starting full-length gameplay walkthroughs, starting with Advanced Warfare. I received an email confirmation that my copy is going to be waiting for me down at my local video game store starting Sunday evening. Apparently, I can pick up my copy at 12:01, according to whoever the young man that I spoke to over at the store this evening. So I'm going to attempt to pull an all-nighter Sunday night into Monday morning with the campaign walkthrough. I'm not going to really play the multiplayer so much unless it's highly requested. COD is not my cup of tea when it comes to online multiplayers. But I would like to try the campaign because when you got Kevin Spacey narrating most of the story, and it looks like they have a fairly new concept. It looks like the Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt movie, Live, Die, Repeat, or whatever the name of the movie is, where you're wearing the exo suits, and we've got things like pulse rifles and some pretty badass looking armored vehicles. Definitely like to give it a shot. I'd like to get some early gameplay onto the channel, get it some early exposure. I definitely want to grow the channel by leaps and bounds, and so if you can watch for those early gameplays to hit your sub box soon, I would greatly appreciate it. When you do, take a look at them, watch 2 or 3, leave a like, leave a comment. Everything's appreciated. Like I said in the last video, the channel is growing in leaps and bounds. We're up over 140 subs in just over a week, and you know, I couldn't ask for more. I couldn't ask you to do more. I couldn't be more appreciative. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am really, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all the early likes and subs. You're not going to be disappointed with this. I'm going to be posting gameplays pretty much every day. I could use a little more subscriber feedback. Tell me what you want to see. Maybe you want to see me run around in some, berserk-looking class, or you actually want to see me try and pilot a vehicle. I will attempt to do so and do so in a proficient manner if that's what you want to see on the channel. So moving from the channel over to actual PSN, I'm sure any of you who tried to log on today were greeted with you need to update message. Firmware 2.0 was required for anyone that logged on today, and I wanted to touch briefly on some of the highlights of PS4 firmware update 2.0. The main portions were, and something that I'm really looking forward to, the number one thing is they added share play. Share play essentially allows somebody that owns a game. For instance, Hugin and I tried, I think, Ninja Assassin 4. Definitely not a game that I own. No disrespect to the game. It's just not something that I'm not really into those combat hand-to-hand, kind of like Mortal Kombat games. But he seemed to have it. He invited me. We weren't able to actually get any footage of it. PS4 was apparently, not happy with somebody's internet connection, and it kept timing us out. But apparently that's available. Hugin was telling me that they limit, according to what he had thought or read, they limit the gaming sessions on SharePlay to an hour, I guess, for licensing. Obviously, somebody does not own the game. They don't want you playing too much and enjoying the game for free. even though I don't understand that because the other person that's inviting you has clearly paid for the game, so they got their money. The licensing agreement should be satisfied. So it'd be interesting to see how that holds up and what they decide to do with that. In addition, it's allowing us now to upload video clips to YouTube. I have not read anything that states how long. I assume it's going to be something like the Xbox One with Kinect, where you can be playing a game and say, Xbox record that, and it'll load 20 to 25 seconds of gameplay up to, I guess, whatever your channel or your gamer tag on YouTube for your friends to look at. In addition, we can now set themes for our home screens. They come up with some of the most mundane things. I could really go without setting up themes for my home screens. But for some people, they want to totally customize their home on PlayStation Network, and now you've got it. In addition, you can also plug in your USB drive and play music through it, which I think is pretty cool. So I can basically take the USB drive out of my car, throw it into my PS4, and start playing music. I also wanted to give you some brief updates on Battlefield, and Battlefield will always be my first love and the game that I always turn to. Don't worry, I'm not going to saturate myself or saturate my channel with COD multiplayer. Once again, no disrespect to the game, it's just not my cup of tea. I will attempt to do the campaign because that looks pretty interesting, and I definitely want to put, like I said, put some of that early gameplay up onto my channel. But I wanted to let you know I had read some notes about BF5. If you want to take a look at it, all you have to do, I think, is Google search PlayStationLifestyle.net. The report from whatever this agency is that had I guess, given the information to the editor, is that BF5 is going to be possibly moved to 2016. Okay, not 2015 to 2016. And they gave the following rationale for this. First off, remember, we will be receiving Battlefield Hardline somewhere around March 2015. So that's in about 5 months, as this recording is right at the end of October. So we got 5 months to go, and then we're going to have Battlefield Hardline. There's also reports that EA, not the most popular two letters when it comes to Battlefield fans, EA is possibly going to release, Star Wars Battlefront sometime next year. They said possibly spring. I'm thinking probably into fall. And the rationale for moving back BF5 is they don't want to have too much overlap. Obviously, they want to get as many dollars and map packs and so on and so forth out of us consumers. They don't want to have any overlap into the release of Battlefield Hardline and then possibly into the Star Wars Battlefront. And there is some, I guess, grumblings that they've also stated that they don't want to have the same issues as they had with the BF4, that's Battlefield 4 launch, which, if we all remember, was absolutely atrocious. The worst game launch I've ever been a part of, and I was damn surprised to see PC players actually stick with it after they sent out a game that didn't even function. How you actually stuck with it, I mean, kudos to anyone that actually attempted this game when it first came out on PC. I never did. I'm just speaking, I guess, a hearsay. I've talked to plenty of PC players and spoken to them and tweeted with them, and they said it was the worst experience they went through. It was just a constant headache, and brought everyone's blood pressure through the roof as the game would constantly crash, seize up, crash, seize up. It's now a quite workable game on PC, but how much of the actual fan base did EA alienate when they sent this half-assed product to market? I mean, we'll never know. I know that my playlist, and I just wanted to touch on this, my playlist as far as my friends, has been severely hampered. I wouldn't say so much because of Battlefield and the way that it was launched. I mean, if you loved Battlefield, you just kept coming back to it and it kept getting a little bit better and a little bit better. But also because of the console split. When PS3 was the only thing out, then my playlist was always full with friends and squad mates and teammates from TKE. And now that we've actually split over a multitude of consoles, some moving over to PC, which I hear this game and I see the gameplay is absolutely incredible on PC as far as the graphics and the movement and the way that everything works. We lost some to PC. I lost some friends also who maybe they couldn't afford it, and I certainly understand it, or maybe they just had no desire to move over into the PS4 realm, and they've stayed on PS3. So it's split up my friends list quite a bit. But I'm going to stick with Battlefield. I would love to hear your comments, your thoughts on what is going on with this new share play. I think this is going to be really cool if they can make it work on a consistent basis. Also, what are your thoughts on what's going to happen with BF5? Are you going to stick with BF4 for another year plus? I don't know. It's up to you. It's going to take a serious die-hard fan to stick with this game that long. I'll probably be trying Battlefield Hardline come out in March. So this has been another BF4 commentary from your boy, Lieutenant Buzz Litebeer. Keep hitting that like button. Comments always appreciated. Subs are loved. Peace out, everybody.